Today I'll be explaining how to use the GCMS. GCMS stands for Gas Chromatography Mass Spectrometry, and it is a type of chromatography used in analytical chemistry that can separate and analyze various compounds in a solution as long as they can be vaporized without being decomposed. Essentially, you place your solution into this machine and run it, and it will use boiling points to tell you the proportions of each compound within that solution. So as you can see here, the long cord is already pulled out. That's the power cord, and you have to plug it into the side. There are two of these cords in the box. You only need to use one for this. One end you plug into the USB port on your computer. The other end you plug in here. And now your machine is functioning. The first thing you need to do after plugging in your machine to your computer is open up Logger Lite, which you should already have downloaded, and it will come up with a table here for you to fill in before you start data collection. First you have to set your start temperature and the hold time for that, and that's essentially where you're going to start off. So when you turn on your machine, you're going to have to let it warm up to that before you can actually start your data collection. Next is your ramp rate, which is how fast the temperature is going to be increasing. Then you want to set your final temperature, which is where it's going to end, and how long it's going to hold there. And then you also want to set your total length of time, which is how long you want your data collection to take, which if you're going to be increasing to a greater temperature, you're obviously going to have a longer time. And if you want to really get a good collection with your hold times and so on, you'll also end up having a longer time. You can select your pressure as well, because pressure does affect the boiling point. Higher pressures, different boiling points, and so on. So as you can see here, the GC is on and it is warming up, and you are not supposed to inject your solution until the GC is ready, obviously. So now that our screen says it is ready to inject, you have to pull out the needle, which is in this box. It's a needle that measures the quantity of liquid in microliters, so you'll be dealing with very small quantities. You don't necessarily have to have this much solution. You need to know how much you need, though, before you do this. All you do from here is inject it into the machine. Be very careful, the needle's fragile. Make sure it's all the way down before you push the plunger. Move the needle and then hit collect. So obviously you should know beforehand the different compounds that make up your solution, and when you figure those out, you need to find out the different boiling points so you can set your boiling point appropriately and your max temperature appropriately. Since the max on this GC is 200 degrees Celsius, you need to make sure that the boiling point of both your compounds is below that. So then after you run it through and you get your graph out, you'll be able to see where the discrepancy is and where the different boiling points hit, and it will tell you the proportion of each compound in your solution. And I hope this video was helpful. Thank you.